Grand Rising coming to you out of Detroit. This is going to be a rough topic. Please bear with me and listen to the end. A lot of people probably not going to like it, but it's going to be the truth. And the name of this is Why Black People Hate Black People and Are Cursed for it. And it's deep because a lot of people are going to say that they love and they're caring and all these different things, and they're religious and they're righteous and they're striving and all these things. But I'm finna detail to you why GDs hate BDs and Crips hate Bloods and Christians hate Muslims and etc., all within one community. Before I start, I want to play an excerpt for you of Malcolm X. And this is commentary, fair usage. But listen to what Malcolm X said. And this was in the 60s.
Who taught you, please, who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate, you should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you? We teach you to love the hair that God gave you. Here you way out in the middle of the ocean, can't swim, and you worried about someone that's in the bathtub and can't swim. We don't steal, we don't gamble, we don't lie, and we don't cheat. And that also deprives the government of revenue, because you can't get into a whiskey bottle without getting past the government seal. You can't open a deck of cards without getting past the government seal. There's a white man who makes the whiskey and then puts you in jail for getting drunk. He sells you the cards and the dice and puts you in jail when he catches you using them. So he's against us because we fixed it where he can't catch you anymore. We take the dice out of your hands and the cards out of your hands and the whiskey out of your head. The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. And the only time a Muslim really gets real violent is when someone goes to molest his woman. We will kill you for our woman. I'm making it plain, yes. We will kill you for our woman. We believe that if the white man will do whatever is necessary to see that his woman gets respect and protection, then you and I will never be recognized as men until we stand up like men and place the same penalty over the head of anyone who puts his filthy hands out to put in the direction of our women.
It goes. Okay.
So I'm fine.
The reason I wanted to show you that is because black women are saying the same things right now as relates to being protected and respected as they've been saying since they've been in this country. They're not respected or protected. But when you look at it, the black man is not protected or respected either. You look at the people in the mosque, the so-called black Muslims. When the last time have you seen a black Muslim protect a black woman, a black child, another black man that's not directly in their family or part of their mosque? When have you seen a black Christian man protect a black woman, a black child, or another black man that's not directly in his family? See, you love what's close to you because you consider it your own, but you have no love for your brother and the people that look like you. And the reason is this: we don't love the truth. We hate the truth. The truth is that black people came in contact with Islam through white Arabs who conquered parts of Africa and were the first slave traders. Yeah, that's a fact. Black Christians came in contact with Christianity through a white slave master colonializer that gave them that same Bible that they taught. So you have two people hating each other over different slave masters, over different slave teachings. But they all say it's about truth and love. Really? We're going to talk about how even in the black society with black women hate a Proverbs 31 woman. They hate a woman that's a helpmate to a man. They hate the very position and status that God gave men. If a woman wants to be a Proverb 31 woman in the black community, they call her a pick-me. They say she's a pick-me because she wants to be what God created her to be based on the Bible. It's a fact. If the Bible says that the man was to be the head and the man was to be the leader and the man was to be reverenced as if you was reverencing God, then why do black women hate other black women that want to be a helpmate and be what God made her to be for the man? Think about that. They want to be over the man. They want to argue and they want to bicker and go back and forth with the man because they don't respect him. Malcolm X made a good point. They don't respect us because we can't protect them. We want to tell them what to do, but we're not willing to do what it takes to protect them. They're not our women. From the time they're born in this country, they get a birth certificate and a social security card that makes them property of the state, property of the country, property of the oppressor. Yeah. As soon as you get that birth certificate and that social security card, you are property of the U.S. government. You are property of the oppressor. And only he is allowed to really govern, rule, and protect. Black woman get into it with a man, first thing she do, most of them, is 911. She calls in the state. The state comes in, takes the man to jail. The state will come in and take the kids. You don't get your kids vaccinated. You don't take them to get all those shots to go to school, and you don't do what they say, they will take your kids. So your kids don't even belong to you. It's interesting. How do we become so hateful? Because we started hating the truth. It's people that hate the fact that they know that they came in contact with Christianity through oppression and white colonializers. King James translated the Bible, and he was a flaming sissy who hated women. And he the one introduced that sin came into the world through Eve, through a woman. Sin into the world through a woman. That's what he put in the book, because he hated women. When in all actuality, Eve is a Greek word. There was never any person in the East named Eve. It's a Greek word. But that's the truth that people want to hate. People say they love Jesus. There is no J's in the Aramaic language. It's Yusuf, Yeshua, Jeremiah. It's impossible for anybody born in Palestine to be named Jesus. But we hate the truth of that because we've been taught something else. See, what Malcolm was saying, who taught us to hate ourselves? Who taught us to hate truth? And this is why the youth don't respect and despises the old. White man steal you from your country, rob you of your religion, rob you of your culture, rob you of your dignity, rob you of your identity, and then he give you a book that says thou shalt not steal. The hypocrisy of it all. And black people, we follow this. We follow these ideologies that don't work. You tell your children not to lie. But the first thing you do to your children is you lie to them about Santa Claus. You lie to them about the Easter Bunny. You lie to them about the Tooth Fairy. You rear your children on lies and wonder why they become liars. The hypocrisy of it all. During the Civil Rights March and the Civil Rights protests, Martin Luther King was being nonviolent in the face of white violence, while most of those church people was going home beating their kids with extension cords, beating them with razor straps, beating the hell out of everybody but the oppressor. So we hate each other. We don't want to admit it. We don't want to know why the BDs hate the GDs, because we don't care, because it doesn't affect us directly. Nobody wants to really understand why the Crips hate the Bloods. We don't care, because it doesn't directly affect us. So in our individualism, we suffer. I mean, we really hate each other. I'm from Highland Park, and I hope it's some Highland Park other people listening. I got homeboys from Highland Park. They watch my channel, but they never like and subscribe. They just watching to see if I'm going to say something about them. I'm going to say something incriminating about them, because really they're in the shadows, hating the fact that I even got a voice. Keep watching to y'all, because I might bring your name up in one of these topics, but that's neither here nor there. But when we look at the divisions in the family structures and in the family community, we know it's a culture of hate. The last several years, all you seen was this person hating. He's a hater. You can hate me now. They even had songs about hate. And we cast these spells over our whole community, and we created a community and a society of hate. Your pastors don't really love the truth. They love the 501c3 tax exemption, and they love the money that you get. And that's why they're teaching you lies. Tell the truth, sister. Y'all can't stand a Proverbs 31 woman. Y'all can't stand the fact that God said that the man was the head and you were a helpmate to him. You will find every reason to disrespect him, every reason to go back and forth with him, because you hate his position, you hate his rank that was given him by the same God that you say you believe. So your hatred towards him really is a hatred towards God. Black people was cursed. You weren't around here talking about we're blessed and we're a chosen people. Chosen for what? Destruction? We're chosen for destruction because that's what you see. Elijah Muhammad used to say, you love the slave master because he gives you nothing. He gives you nothing but a job. You love the job just so you can be close to him. Just so you can have the green money with his face on it. And you really love it so that you can look down on your neighbors. So you can make more money than your neighbors. That's what the competition is about. So one guy get a chain, somebody else got to get a bigger chain. Your neighbor get a Cadillac, you got to get a Benz. Because you just want to be better than your neighbor because you hate him. But the consequences of all this hate, dishonesty, and selfishness is the destruction of a people. You religious people, you know they always say that y'all got the worst children because that's your curse. Your children are the ones that don't know which gender they want to be in, don't want to go there because they see the hypocrisy in you. They see the hypocrisy in you. We go against everything that would make us a strong people. You trade wickedness for righteousness. Because the devil makes evil seem like it's good. You know good and well you don't go to no place and drink the blood of Christ and eat his bones and then you sin all week and then on Sunday you forgive him. Because some righteous man 2,000 years ago was crucified so that you can do whatever you want to do and then go in there on Sundays and fake it. Your children see that. Your little monstrous children see that. But the only reason they're monsters is because their parents worship the devil. Their parents worship the enemy. All the so-called black militants and radicals, they got all the smoke for black people. They don't got no smoke for white folks. None. I asked you when the last time you seen them do anything of substance in your community. Your T.D. Jakes, your Creflos, and your Umar Johnson, all of them, they all con men. The man Yeshua from the Bible told you that his father's house had become a den of thieves. Did you didn't believe him when he said that his father's house had become a den of thieves and harlots? In your Bible, they call them temple whores. You believe in all these false things when you have access to the truth. You have access to knowledge. Your cognitive dissonance has turned into and developed into a self-hatred, a loathing of self. You worship money. You worship material things. And your children and your community suffers. Because that's all you want. Praise. You want admiration. But you really don't want no righteousness. You really don't want any type of justice. You want things. You worship things. We are a community of pagans. And the youth don't respect us. It was prophesied about this generation. They are fearless. They don't care about killing. They don't care about dying. They don't care about going to prison. They are fearless. And these older people, you birthed them into inequity. Even on this channel, people may disagree with me, but if you read the scriptures and you study history, you know what a Proverbs 31 woman is. You know that in Genesis says you was created to be a helpmate. You know that the man is the head of the household and the head of the community. Muslims, you know Prophet Muhammad was a Caucasian Arab who never learned to read or write, so it was impossible for him to write a Quran. You follow tradition of what was said about him and things he was supposed to have said. You know that Arabia is one of the most racist countries in the world. This is why the Arabs come to your communities and they set up the stores and sell you crack pipes, Hennessy, freak books, rolling papers, backwoods, Blackie Miles. They don't sell none of that to their own people. When you watch The Godfather, the Italian said, don't sell drugs in Italian communities. Sell it amongst the niggas, their animals. Let them lose their souls. This is what you're living in. These things are actual and factual. This is what you are living in. So just keep it real. If you out for the bag, be out for the bag. And take what come along with getting the bag, because the closer you get to white folks, the closer you get to your own destruction, because they're going to bring you down. Like they did Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, Red Fox. Any other black person that thought that because they got money that they would get some type of freedom and some type of equity in this country that was built on your bones. That's a lot I done said, ain't it? But if you open your eyes and look, you see it. If you look at my videos, I've been talking to you about slavery and different things that you got to see how you got to this point. You even got people that are proud, black people that are proud to be Masons. They're proud to be a Mason. Who are sworn to secrecy. And the secret that they hiding is the knowledge of who you are. That's their secret. Their secrets is wrapped up in the Bible, in Egyptian mysteries. And they give them rings, and they give them positions, just like they do them fraternities. And they make them the gatekeepers of black consciousness. The gatekeepers of black religion. Have y'all ever seen the movie Rosewood? In the movie Rosewood, before they destroyed the town, a white man had raped a white woman. And the only person seeing him run out the house was a black man. And the black man seen him, and the white man seen the black man, and he said, "Are you a Mason?" He said, "Yeah, I'm a Mason." He said, "Well, I'm a Mason too. So don't tell nobody that you seen me, because you sworn to secrecy. We a brotherhood. We a silent brotherhood." And the brother did it, and the whole town was destroyed, and all the black people was lynched and killed while he was keeping the secret of a slave master enemy. Watch the movie Rosewood. That's what it was about. When you go to the church, the whole deacon board, it's Masons. They didn't want to pick the pastor. All the presidents have been Masons. Most of Congress have been Masons. Your whole government is structured by the New World Order is Masonic. With the black ones being the flunkies and Great Britain being the home of the Scottish Rite and real Masonry. And all they basing it on is Egyptian mystery systems that come from you. Why do you think they got a pyramid on the dollar? Why do you think Washington, D.C. is built like a Masonic compass with a Masonic temple on every corner? Why do you think that you have Moon Day, which is Monday, Tuesday, Mars Day, Thursday, Jupiter Day, Friday, Venus Day, Saturday, Saturn's Day, Sunday is Sunday. It's Sunday, you go worship the sun god, Amen Ra, you say Amen. 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 Let it be so. On Sunday, which is not even a Sabbath. And you practice these rituals. And you argue up and down with somebody about the Bible. And most of you don't even know what the word on the cover means. I ask Christians all the time, what does the word Bible mean? And they give me all these old off-the-wall things about what they think it means. But if you study etymology, the word Bible comes from the word biblios, which is a place in Phoenicia where papyrus was grown. And everything that was written on papyrus. So everything that was ever written on papyrus was called Bible. So they give you a book that you barely can read and transliterate it into a way that you can't even understand it, and you believe in it wholeheartedly. As if a man that makes you a slave and does all these things to you will give you something that will liberate your mind and free your soul. That's sucker shit. I'm going to get FICO, a tenth of my check, and I'm going to go to church and give some jackleg preacher being ran in school by Masons, following the script from the government so we can keep a 501c3. Sucker shit. But you claim it and you embrace it. I know you sitting there saying, oh, that's blasphemy, it's blasphemy, you going to hell. It's the truth, and I'm already in hell. That's why I'm wearing red. You don't scare me. You don't scare me with your slave teachings. And you lurkers, keep lurking. Don't like, don't subscribe. Not you lurkers. Not you ones that know me. My message ain't to you because you're a natural born hater. And that's what this whole message is about. How we became haters of each other and ourselves. I wish Maury was here so he could hook me up and he could say, no lies detected. Because there's no lies detected. You go to your jobs. When you go to your job, you got work wives and work husbands at work. So you flirt all day to get through 8 hours. Then drag your sinning ass to church on Sunday. Really? Some of you dress up like Arabs and only know 2 words in Arabic. All you know is Assalamu alaikum. You don't know nothing else. What makes you hate yourself so much that you don't want to be your natural self? Have you ever asked yourself, what do we believe in before we came in contact with Arabs and Europeans? When we was building pyramids and we was building society and building this world, what did we believe in before we were conquered? Before Plato created his Neoplatonic thought, which is all seeing God in the sky, in space. Did you know that there is no such thing as the sky? Because the earth is a ball spinning around in the universe. There is no top and bottom. There is no such thing as time, only motion. But somebody has created a situation where all your emotion is backwards in your thinking and in your spirituality. You're going backwards. Your ancestors knew more about this planet and more about being a man or a woman than you will ever know. All you know is slavery. All you know is lies. All you know is deception. All you know is hatred, murder, and violence. Because you see it every day. How you don't see it every day? Every day a rapper gets, every other week a rapper get killed. Every other day a child get killed. And if these men of religion were so righteous and so strong in the black community, why is there 64,000 missing black little girls that they're not talking about? 64,000 and counting missing. Sold into slaves, trafficking, and organ harvesting, and you name it. Some of them even chained somewhere in these rural areas in some white man's basement in a dog cage. What good is your religion? What good is all that discipline? What good is all that shit that you say that you believe in if it gives you no power and it gives you no voice? Because it damn sure don't give you no love for people that look like you. You only love the people that adhere to the bullshit that you adhere to. If you believe the bullshit and you with the bullshit I'm with, then we cool. And that ain't even love. That's trauma bonding. And this is a lot. And trust me, it comes from a good place. Because speaking like this ain't what YouTube want to pay me to do. YouTube want me to come out here and talk like Cynthia G and Kevin Samuels and Anton Daniels and all the rest of the gender war fighters and race baiters and all the rest of them jokers. They get paid. They get paid to trigger you. They get paid to tell you how you shouldn't listen to a man while her man is in the back chilling, listening to her feed you a line of bullshit. It's like to get you slapped. You gotta wake up. Everybody say they woke. Show me where is the woke community at? Where is the woke? Woke people, please chime in. Woke people, like and share this video if you woke. No lies detected. What made you think that King James could transliterate a holy Bible or holy books when no prophet has ever came out of Europe? Nothing has ever came out of Europe but cavemen, dwellers, savages, and barbarians. And you think they can lead you to spirituality? Them cave dwellers that was up in there with their dogs? Really? Really? And what about the other ones? The so-called chosen people. Yeah, the so-called chosen ones. They come from Europe too. They done stole your name, stole your identity, stole all your money, put all them pawn shops in your community to get your gold, and experiment on you every time you go to the doctor. And to sell you out if they're your lawyer. You better have a whole lot of money when you go to them. These people are usurpers. And I wanted to say this to you, and I wanted the preface of it to be after you heard what Malcolm X said. And Malcolm X said this 60 years ago. And we're still dealing with the same traumas, the same bullshit. The same bullshit. Because we don't want to know the truth. You said y'all believe in that man in scripture, Yeshua. He said, know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Do you feel free? Do you feel free? You ain't free to get in your car and drive without no license or no insurance. You ain't free to live in your house without paying no property tax. You ain't free to do nothing except what the oppressor allows you to do. You ain't talking about what happened to Breonna Taylor, the sister in her house. They came in there and killed her. They killed you at random. And taught you to kill each other. And your children is off the hook. And the young men, they don't got no respect for the old guys. Old nigga, move out the way. That's what they take, because they know you an old, scared nigga. You ain't going to jail unless somebody bag your ass in a corner. You sit around and gossip in your temples and in your churches like women folk. Vieta chismoleros. Vieta chismoleros. That means gossiping old women. Yeah. And I know a lot of them is watching me. I'm not talking just to my subscribers. Thank you people that do subscribe to me. And I just want to be my authentic self, genuine self, and say, you know what I mean, what's on my heart to say. But it's a lot of them sitting there watching me, and the only reason they're watching me is because they're worried about if I'm going to say something about it that incriminates them, put them in a bad light. Because they're scared of the things they've done. They're scared of the people they are. Because they really hate themselves on the low. They don't hate me or dislike me. They hate themselves. They dislike themselves. You know what I mean? You know? They sit around taking their medications for diabetes and all other type of health issues that they could have avoided if they had any information about what's natural to eat as a black person. Totally conquered and crushed. If we're going to get free, the only way we're going to get free is start telling the truth. And just like I said, to get back to Proverbs 31 woman in the scripture, in the women of righteousness, black women call them pygmies. And the educated lames, these other suckers, they call the real brothers that struggle, they call them pookies and ray-rays. We always find some denigrating term to label each other with. Pookies and ray-rays and pygmies. That's the language of a bunch of slaves. A bunch of self-haters. If we're going to get free, we're going to have to tell the truth. And we're going to have to fight. Because ever since we've been in this country, the oppressor has took our women and made them his. That's why they believe in his religion. They believe in the way he says things are to be done. Everything come out their mouth sound like the oppressor. I told you that's why it keeps them in their office, keeps them in his factories, lets them get away with just a little bit much, more than the man. Because he fears one thing, and I'm going to end on this note. You know why they want the black man and the woman divided against each other? The biggest fear of the oppressor is that your black woman is going to look at you one day in your face and say, baby, death is better than persecution and slavery. It's better for them to slaughter us all, for us to keep losing our children to be like this. And the world will change overnight. White man wake up, be a whole different world. He don't want her to ever have that type of energy that she delivers to her man. Ever since she's been in this country, she's been fighting to coddle and save her sons from being lynched and molested by the oppressor. It's in her nature to nurture and try to save her own. So they play with her dome. They try to keep her mad at us because they don't want her mad at them.
Because if she get mad at them, she might raise her sons to turn them switches, them sticks, them poles, them pipes, them blickies, them blammers on the real enemy when they jump off the porch. You think that in the back of their mind, they don't think about everything they've done to us and our ancestors? And they fear that one day there was going to be a fearless generation? Then you're naive. They fear this youth right now. It's an ongoing purge on this youth right now, because this was the generation that was produced to deal with this enemy. And that's why they out cold. And people are scared to redirect that anger to the proper recipient and owner of that bag that they put us in. So I don't want to keep you too long. I just want to say some things. Please like and share the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. You know what I mean? Gotta change the narrative. Keep your head on a swivel. Peace. Out of Detroit. 1.